President Biden turned up the heat on employers who don't take proper care of their workers in extreme temperatures. White House correspondent Haley Bull says that's just one part of a plan unveiled today in response to the current heat wave and others that may follow.
With record-breaking temperatures blanketing significant portions of the country, the White House unveiled new actions aimed at protecting communities and workers suffering under blistering heat waves.
Even those who deny that we're in the midst of a climate crisis can't deny the impact of extreme heat is having on Americans.
President Biden is directing the Department of Labor to issue its first-ever hazard alert for workers toiling in extreme heat conditions.
It clarifies that workers have federal heat-related protections. We should be protecting workers from hazardous conditions, and we will.
And the department will increase inspections in sectors like construction and agriculture, where workers face a greater risk of heat-related injuries.
At the president's request, we are going to do even more intensified investigations to make sure that we're putting resources where we need them, right, given the realities of the weather.
The White House estimates more than 400 workers have died since 2011 due to environmental heat exposure. But lawmakers in many states have declined to impose new requirements on companies to offer outdoor workers shade and water breaks in extreme heat. With Texas Governor Abbott recently signing a law that strips such protections for construction workers. Supporters calling the requirement an overreach by government into business operations.
All workers are covered by federal law and federal requirements for safety. And so I think it's outrageous that states would, in this moment in which people are literally being worked to death because of the heat, would try to curb protections that like their local, and state agencies, local entities have put in place.
President Biden also highlighted investments in weather forecasting and water infrastructure. This July is on track to be the hottest month on record. In Phoenix Thursday, temperatures again topping 100 after 27 consecutive days of 110 or more. In San Antonio, temperatures remained in the triple digits for 15 straight days. Mayors of both cities met virtually with President Biden and administrators of FEMA and NOAA. Phoenix's mayor telling Scripps News she's hoping the administration will take Thursday's actions further and add extreme heat to FEMA's list of federally recognized disaster declarations.
There are 6 types of storms that are covered. There are a variety of different events, but the fact remains that we lose more Americans to heat than any other weather-related cause, and we do not have as many tools for heat as we do for cold.
President Biden touted his administration's commitment to tackling climate change by investing in clean energy. But others are calling on the White House to do more, including some progressive lawmakers demanding the president declare a national climate emergency. A recent Quinnipiac poll found a majority of Americans are concerned about climate change and believe it will have a significant negative effect on the world in their lifetime. Haley Bull, Scripps News, Washington.